Twinuzis, better known as Autumn, is a 25-year-old popular underground music producer and artist who has over 1.1 million Spotify monthly listeners that's currently undergoing the allegations that involve himself with hanging around minors. Born Benjamin Phillips Jr. on June 24, 1998, grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana. Coming from a musical family, he began his producer career in his teenage years after noticing that his older brother didn't associate with him.
My older brother was like fucking up in school and he had to move in with us. And like he ain't never really fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I never knew why. I just knew he liked music. I knew that's what he loved.
Which gave him a reason to start creating beats with no intention of rapping.
I was like, maybe if I start making music, I'll be cool with him, you know what I'm saying? He'll want to fuck with me.
That eventually worked and created a close bond with his brother, but had no other use for making beats.
And I was right, like, he was fucking with it, like, we had got cool, and then he ended up moving back. I guess he was doing better, I don't know. And when he left, I was like, well, now I know how to make beats for no reason.
That eventually led him to creating beats for underground rappers in a group collective known as Slay World, undergoing the producer named twinuzis, in which he began creating his own music after Summers encouraged him to create music while also producing, to where the name Autumn comes from.
And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just be Autumn. Like, I ain't even think about it. I was like, shit, Autumn come after Summers, I started rapping after you, so I'm gonna just be Autumn.
Now his rise in the underground scene began growing throughout 2019 and 2020, to where in 2020 he began dating another former underground artist known as BK the Ruler, to where she was 17 at the time, while Autumn was 21. But to his offense, it was alleged that BK the Ruler lied about her age, to where the allegations of him dating BK the Ruler wasn't as big, while also the age of consent being over 17. Now fast forward to 2023, as of right now, Autumn is currently on set with his North American tour that's split between 6 different dates and locations, which makes him being around a lot of different age groups, so it doesn't come to a surprise that he can easily get tricked into talking to an underage girl. Now there's no exact date to when this happened, but everything takes place around October, around the same time his tour dates began. But as of October the 27th, 2 Instagram pages posted a fan DM saying that they seen Autumn hanging around girls that were his age, 15 and 16, while also explaining that he knew the girls and they attended the same school as him, which didn't end there because he provided video proof of the girls hanging around Autumn, which were about 4 TikTok clips that were about 10 seconds or less long, which was all posted under one TikTok page known as Sophia, who is the main character of this whole allegation, with one TikTok video that first stood out that captioned, "When you and your friend go on a 2-man unexpected with Autumn," creating a scenario that Autumn, his friend, and the 2 girls was going on the same date, which would be completely normal if the girls were both above age. Now when the allegations came out, a lot of people was confused and was not quick to believe that it was true. So prior to now, the situation was nothing but an alleged allegation. But out of nowhere, an artist by the name of Jace will bring the allegations to light and take it upon himself to doing research and finding out if it was real, to where he would eventually go stream on Kick and would begin exposing Autumn.
Big sis brought Lil Sis, Big Sis 16, Lil Sis 15. So that little excuse is already out the window. I let them take a vid with the chain, then I went to do my own thing. That's not on video, Wick. That's not on video, Wick.
Then later going in a rabbit hole exposing other different underground artists that he had proof in talking to underage girls. Now knowing Jace was a big underground artist, the situation became somewhat serious, having fans going crazy with mixed emotions, with some people defending Autumn saying to show proof of the girl's age, because in their mind the fan that DM'd the underground pages could have been lying about the girls actually being underage, while others coming to the conclusion that they probably lied about their ages, with Autumn not saying anything about the allegations until about 4 to 5 hours later. He would do so onto his Instagram story trying to debunk the allegations and saying that they in fact lied about their ages and telling fans don't believe the hype. But he would also go to post yet another story trying to debunk the allegations once again by showing proof of the 15-year-old girl sending him the ID picture that he asked for, which he put into a different perspective, saying, "I don't know why Big Sis brought Lil Sis." But if you look closely into it, you will see she used her older sister's ID pictures. The girl didn't even send a photo with her on the ID, but instead you will see a cropped out photo that shows the age and name, which is kind of weird because the point of an ID is to verify your identification, age, and address. But looking back on the ID she sent, on the top it reads Government of Canada, which brings back him being on tour with the incident taking place somewhere in Canada, which could be figured out with his tour dates, which takes place in Toronto, Canada, in the province of Ortega on October the 26th, and with the allegation coming out the next day on October the 27th. With the same day on October the 27th, he yet had another tour set in Chicago, Illinois, so having a back-to-back show, meaning that he knew the girl before the show or met her after the show. But back to the allegations, more and more things about the situation came to light, with the main 15-year-old girl known as Sophia came out with voice messages with her saying that she in fact lied about her age because Autumn was one of her favorite artists.
To see if I'm like, that's one of my favorite artists, of course I'm a lie.
Wait.
In the situation, in the moment, like, be so for real. Like, if you had that chance, I swear to God, like, oh my God.
With her also explaining that Autumn was already in contact with her before the show, saying she didn't even make it to the show and that she had to wait outside in the back, to where after the show Autumn would call and ask where she was at, which they were supposed to go clubbing after.
Okay, so we got to the concert already, right? And we couldn't even get in because Autumn already started performing, and then the manager, he didn't even, like, he was not picking up his phone. So we waited until the end of the concert, and then he texted me and he was like, yo, where you at? And I'm like, oh, I'm at the back or whatever. That's when we got in backstage. Okay, we got in backstage. We were just chilling with them for like 20-30 minutes, and then we were supposed to go to a club, bro. Like, we were just supposed to chill. That's all it was. But we ended up going to a B&B, getting food, chilling together,
which could be seen in one of the clips of her getting shots poured in her mouth, with at first glance could be seen as if Autumn was doing it, which was the main reason the fan reached out to blog pages saying that he seen Autumn pouring shots into the girl's mouth, which was later debunked after seeing the full clip. But in the other clips, it shows him and 3 other people laying on a bed or a couch, and the reason for it was because going clubbing after the show was cancelled and was later changed into booking an Airbnb, and the reason for it could have been that Autumn knew the girls were underage and knew that they wasn't old enough to attend clubbing. But for the most part, it could have been that most clubs only accept people that's 21 and older, but being that this takes place in Canada, the age of clubbing is actually 19. But looking back at the ID that she sent Autumn, it reads that she was born on August the 12th, 2003, making her 20 years of age. Now this situation takes an even dark turn after the fan claims to have a photo of her and Autumn having sexual intercourse, but with the situation being bad enough, it was later discarded, with also a voice recording of the 15-year-old girl claiming that her and Autumn did nothing sexual.
like, it's actually bad. Like, it's actually bad. Like, it's actually bad. His manager was like, yo, what the fuck, what's going on? Like, bro, nothing even happened between us for people to just start saying something happened, yo. And it's pissing me off because I can't, like, I don't have evidence or proof that nothing happened. How am I supposed to defend myself with that type of allegation? I can't.
And back to what Autumn said, they did nothing but wear his chain and made videos and went home, which there was no videos of the girls wearing his chain, which comes to the conclusion that he could have been lying about that. So in the meanwhile, follow my Instagram at sadxlean.